if you have Mitt Romney versus Jeb Bush, it's hard to know which one actually is the heir apparent, which one is the one that's going to follow
I think that Jeb Bush might have closed a window on maybe some donors. He opened a giant door. Mitt is going to get in and go to the right. He's going to run against, of course he's going to get in, and he's going to run against Bush from the right. He said, you know, if you look at Bush's positions, they've evolved. Yes, I mean, I think he will, and I think he has now. I think he has a strategy that he didn't have before, and his strategy is he's the conservative alternative.
All right, folks, there you go. A little analysis of Mitt Romney entering the race, possibly. Well, you know who actually knows best? John Zogby. He is, of course, CEO of Zogby Analytics and founder of the Zogby Poll. Hello, John, and welcome back, sir.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Good. Good to talk to you as always. Okay. Mitt Romney, chatter that he's getting in. I know you've done polling on this, and Mitt Romney's right at the top, right?
Right at the top. He and Jeb are right at the top. You know, arguably at this point in time, it's always about name recognition, but they have name recognition, and they have donors lists, both Mitt and Jeb, and they have a base of support. And look, just that little clip that we just heard. Look at the buzz we've got now. So this is enormous.
No, absolutely.
Enormous.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, John. Yeah, no. Absolutely, it's the buzz. But here's a guy who ran. This would be his third time, and usually, if it's ever happened before, usually you don't see, or you wouldn't expect to see, someone who's been there, done that, and of course lost in 08, was the nominee, gain, I guess garner that much interest just by the rumors.
No, that's true, but on the flip side, and I heard a little bit of this in the chatter that you played, Republicans do normally nominate the heir apparent, or the gold watch candidate, the one who's been around for the longest time, and we go way back on that one, back to Richard Nixon in 1960 and in 1968. So point being, now we have two legitimate heirs to the throne, and a Republican tradition. But let's make a little news here right on your show, okay? A very prominent conservative Republican consultant called me last night and said that he spoke to Ann Romney over the weekend, and Ann said that if Mitt runs, he will run as the first divorced Mormon candidate for president of the United States.
So she's sending out the word that he's not running.
That she is sending out the word, at least privately, that he's not running. So we got two interesting developments here, whether he runs or he doesn't run.
Yeah, no, very, very interesting. And obviously he wouldn't do it without the support of his wife and his family. So that's going to be interesting to watch. If he does get in, you mentioned him and Bush at the top. Yeah, the popular thinking, at least in my mind, was, and I wasn't rooting for this because I'm a more conservative, but that there'd be so many conservative candidates, or at least a couple or three strong ones in the field, that they would split the vote, and someone like Jeb Bush would benefit from that, and he would ride the wave. But if you now have Christie, who we expect to get in, Jeb Bush, who we expect to get in, and if Romney gets in, then you might be splitting that other side of the spectrum vote three ways as well.
Boy, that makes it really interesting. So you've got 5 or 6 candidates that could actually win Iowa, and Iowa is always important as a table setter. There's a poll out today. I can't vouch for it, but I did see a report on a poll out today showing Romney leading in Iowa. But I think you're going to have a cluster of candidates, and I think you're absolutely correct that Bush and Romney tend to cannibalize each other in terms of their base. That is something that may have to be resolved well before 1 year from today. One more for you. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't want to throw you a curve here, but more and more people are saying that foreign policy and you know, the issue of foreign policy and security and even, you know, even policy towards Russia based on how big it was in one of the debates last time around. It will play a bigger role going forward in 2016's race when push comes to shove. Do you believe that to be true? Oh,
I do. Absolutely, I do. And in fact, I mean, you'll have two different worldviews. You know, the Democratic worldview is much more multipolar and you know, working in conjunction with allies, although it's always hard to know precisely where Hillary Clinton stands on anything. We'll see how, you know, how she emerges and defines her candidacy, if in fact, Steve, she actually runs. But the Republican side, there's going to be a battle for the heart and soul of the party. On one hand, you're going to have that old Buchanan wing, you know, that is isolationist, anti-free trade, and so on. And that's best represented by the Rand Paul group. And then you're going to have the neocons on the flip side, and somewhere in the middle, you're going to have a Jeb and Mitt Romney with a strong but a more modulated voice than the neocons, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting couple of years, that's for sure. John, thank you so much. Great to talk to you again, sir.
Same here, Steve. You take care.
You too. John Zogby, ladies and gentlemen. And very interesting. It is going to be a horse race. I mean, if they all get in. You know, some of them might back out or not get in when they see who already has gone in before them. So time will tell, of course. We'll take your Skype calls after the break. But first, everyone's going green these days to help with the environment. But did you know going green could also help save some green for you? That's right, you know, money, as they say. Now, for more on high-efficiency smart thermostats, say that 3 times fast, for your home that can help you reduce your energy costs, let's take a look at our Max to Life moment. It is next.
When it comes to controlling the comfort of your home, everybody has different requests. Nowadays, a thermostat can be smart enough to know your schedule, your routines, when you come and go, and adjust to your every need. But can the comfort be just as efficient as the cost?
Well, your smart thermo is set up to save money through HVAC costs, and that could be your temperature, your humidity, anything that involves the HVAC system. The way smartphones and smart thermostats work is they allow the user to control them from anywhere in the country to make sure that they're getting the highest level of efficiency with their thermostat.
An average household spends nearly $2,200 a year on energy bills, half of which go towards heating and cooling empty and unused spaces. Having a smart thermostat in your home can save time, use less energy, which in turn saves you money. Many companies sell them, so shop around for the one that best suits your needs.